Hello and welcome back to my channel. Dinar and Dong Updates. Iraqi Dinar Update. Shifting Dynamics in Currency Circulation and Economic Positioning. By Dinar Market Analyst. In the latest update from Iraq's financial sector, notable shifts in the distribution and circulation of Iraqi dinar denominations were highlighted, offering insight into the country's evolving monetary policy and economic environment. According to Claire, a prominent contributor to dinar forums, the Central Bank of Iraq, CBI, released updated statistics regarding banknote issuance and circulation, providing critical clues about both internal fiscal trends and future prospects for currency valuation. The dominance of the 25,000 dinar note. One of the most telling insights is that the 25,000 dinar note continues to dominate Iraq's physical money supply. Despite changes in circulation among other denominations, this high-value note still accounts for the largest proportion of all banknotes in the Iraqi economy. As of January 2025, the 25,000 dinar denomination makes up 32% of total banknotes in circulation. This sustained dominance reveals the Iraqi public's continued reliance on larger denominations in daily transactions and savings, a common trait in economies where inflation and currency devaluation are persistent risks. Surge in total currency issued. The central bank reported that by January 2025, a total of 6 billion banknotes were issued, with a combined value of 100.3 trillion Iraqi dinars. This marks a 4.7% increase in volume compared to 2022, during which 5.7 billion banknotes were issued with a total value of 78.2 trillion dinars. The significant increase in total value, over 22 trillion dinars, underscores both inflationary pressures and increased monetary activity. The issuance of more currency, particularly in higher denominations, can be indicative of attempts to manage liquidity in the market. While this might help in the short term by enabling easier large-scale transactions, it can also signal underlying economic stress or expectations of further inflation. Breakdown of denomination trends. While the 25,000 note continues to lead, other denominations have shown interesting patterns in their circulation trends. 50,000 dinar note. This denomination saw the most dramatic increase, with its circulation rising by 167% from 295 million notes in January 2022 to 792 million in January 2025. This surge suggests a push toward larger denominations, possibly to streamline large transactions and support government or business-level liquidity. 5,000 dinar note. In contrast, the circulation of the 5,000 dinar note decreased significantly by 22%, dropping to 754 million notes from 973 million in 2022. This decline could point to reduced demand for mid-range denominations in the face of inflationary pressures or a shift in transaction habits. 10,000 dinar note. This denomination also declined by 10%, following similar trends as the 5,000 dinar note. It now makes up 13.5% of the total currency in circulation, placing it just behind the 25,000 note in prevalence. 250 dinar note. Surprisingly, the 250 dinar note holds steady, accounting for 13.44% of banknotes in circulation. Despite its low face value, its persistence indicates a continued need for smaller denominations, possibly in rural or less digitally connected regions. The contrasting changes across these denominations reveal a financial environment in flux, where shifts in monetary policy, public confidence, and digital adoption are all playing a role. International attention and digital evolution. In updates from Frank 26, another well-known voice in the dinar community, it was reported through a boots-on-the-ground update from Iraq that representatives from Italy, France, Germany, and other countries have recently visited Iraq. These visits were not just diplomatic in nature, but focused heavily on economic and technological partnerships. Firefly, a source within Iraq, stated that foreign delegations are signing agreements and expressing keen interest in Iraq's emerging digital financial infrastructure. Mr. Sami, another figure cited in the report, emphasized that these countries are also participating in training programs related to Iraq's upcoming digital platform. This platform, led by Rafidain Bank and other key institutions, aims to modernize financial transactions, reduce reliance on cash, and pave the way for broader economic reforms. Notably, this digital initiative isn't just aimed at Iraqi citizens, it's also targeting potential investors, signaling that Iraq is actively promoting itself as a global economic player. Regional stability and Iraq's strategic role. Militiaman, another Dinar commentator, shared updates citing recent remarks by the U.S. Secretary of State, who reiterated that a strong and stable Iraq is essential for regional peace and economic stability. This aligns with long-standing U.S. policy to support Iraq as a central mediator and influencer in the Middle East. Militiaman added that under the leadership of Prime Minister al-Sudani, Iraq's role on the international stage has become more pronounced, especially in the last 2 years. The administration's focus on diplomatic outreach, internal reform, and economic development has been viewed positively by investors, especially those eyeing the Iraqi dinar for long-term appreciation. Samson, another commentator, echoed similar sentiments, referencing the Secretary of State's statement and highlighting the strategic importance of Iraq's political and economic future. Global comparisons. Vietnam's Forex model. In a comparative perspective, Guru Fulu referenced Vietnam, noting that the Vietnamese dong, VND, trades at approximately 25,575 Vietnamese dong to $1 on Forex markets. Vietnam, considered an emerging economic powerhouse, has no immediate plans for a revaluation, RV, of its currency. The implication for dinar holders is twofold. While Iraq's path may eventually include revaluation, comparisons to other developing nations suggest that any significant shift in value would be gradual and closely tied to structural reforms. Vietnam's example serves as both a model and a caution. Stable yet undervalued currencies require robust economic fundamentals, export-driven growth, and tight fiscal control to even begin considering revaluation as a feasible step. Political developments and U.S. relations. In another key update, Claire highlighted a quote reportedly from former U.S. President Donald Trump, who stated that negotiations with Iran are progressing and that a peaceful diplomatic resolution to the nuclear issue is possible. This development could have ripple effects across the Middle East, including Iraq. A reduction in regional tension typically improves economic confidence, increases foreign direct investment, and bolsters the appeal of currencies like the Iraqi dinar. Security and stability, the prerequisites for a new exchange rate. To round off the latest updates, Frank26 offered his perspective on what Iraq still needs before a new exchange rate can be introduced or adjusted. In his view, the most crucial elements are security and stability. A safe, politically stable environment is necessary to implement financial reforms, including any changes to currency value. Without these conditions, both domestic and foreign investors may remain hesitant, and the central bank may delay any major monetary policy shifts. Conclusion. Outlook for the dinar. While there is no official announcement regarding a near-term revaluation of the Iraqi dinar, the data and commentary from analysts suggest a nation in transition. Iraq is taking meaningful steps toward modernizing its economy, securing foreign partnerships, and implementing digital infrastructure. The substantial increase in banknotes, particularly higher denominations, indicates responses to economic demand and inflation, while ongoing global diplomatic engagement showcases Iraq's ambition to reposition itself as a stable, investable country. Investors in the dinar market will continue watching closely for signs of currency reform, improvements in security, and clearer monetary policy. Until then, the fundamentals, circulation trends, foreign partnerships, and internal economic policy will serve as the key indicators for what lies ahead.